better.
Where are we going to advertise it?
Craigslist.
I'll pay you not to be on it, just to watch it.
I'll give you 2 pennies to watch it.
Oh, God.
Please.
Please.
We're desperate.
Please watch it.
I want attention.
Oh, what are you, Cecil?
I mean...
I love Iowa.
I love Iowa. No, Iowa's garbage. I don't care.
All right, so that's going to be the faded in intro, by the way, is us. But, so, Royal Blood.
I think we should do an introduction.
Right. We didn't do that last time either.
Yeah, it's your fault.
Why is it my fault?
Because you didn't have notes this time.
Shut up. Right, so, introduction. I don't know what to do for it. You are.
Howard.
I'm Ralph. Our quiet friend who talks once every half hour.
Cecil the Lion.
He's not here today.
No, he is here.
Well,
no one can tell the difference in the first
true.
place.
But he knows we're doing this. He's just not here.
He's just a disgusting Scoopy Poopy of a human being, and I do not want to deal with that at the moment.
So he might wander in. If he does, we'll let him talk, even though he won't. But for right now...
What's a Royal Blood?
Just look out for the Maine. See if you see either the Maine or the leather coat walking down Main Street.
Or just a homeless man, and you'll be like half and half right.
It's true. So, yeah, Royal Blood. I'll get my talk out of the way. Because, again, I only listened to it once.
Disgusting. It's okay, I did too.
Wow. Okay. I only listened to it once. I'm just going to be quick about this. Favorite tracks, How Did We Get So Dark, Lights Out, and Where Are You Now? It was okay. I'll probably listen to it at least 2 more times to, fully judge it. But It wasn't like, listening to it the first time, I wasn't like, holy shit, this is good.
Yeah, see, I had... Because, I listened to it. Because I listened to the first one. Because, what was it? I saw... Where did I see them? I saw them when I went to see Foo Fighters at Fenway. And they performed first. And no one gave a shit. And I was just sitting there being like, whoa, this is pretty cool. It's just a bassist and a drummer. And I thought, that's really cool. I listened to the album and I think one of the singles I thought was really bad. But everything else was really good. So I listened to this album. And I'm noticing that there is some weird problems with that album. Because I don't know if you noticed, but did you notice the drum production?
Yeah,
was really like the guy just everything was wrong with the drums.
Not just that, it seemed like whoever was mixing it didn't quite know what they were doing, so they just kind of winged it. The vocals are just a little too low, and like you said, the drums are off. It's really weird.
Yeah, and it's really weird when I'm just listening and there's this drum beat that sounds like it's muffled in the background while this bass is really loud.
Yeah.
And it doesn't help that the bass, a lot of the bass lines are slow and dreary, and this guy is going ham at the drums.
Yeah. And again, you can't tell. Like I said, whoever mixed it, they need to fire him and hire a new mixer.
They need to fire his whole entire bloodline. Cause
that was bad. That was the one thing I did notice throughout it, because the first time, sometimes if you plug in headphones wrong, you get weird effects on music. I legitimately thought I had done that the first time I listened to the first song.
Dude, I thought it was because I had bad internet connection until I realized it was the whole album.
Yeah. Again, what I heard of it, I wouldn't say it was great, but it was definitely okay.
It was okay.
Yeah, it was okay. But yeah, I think it has, you know what it is? It has the Death Magnetic problem of I would like to hear that with way better mixing to see if I would enjoy it a lot more.
Yeah, so the first album.
Yes, you can talk. I just had to.
No, that's basically it. This literally just is like the first album, but mixed badly and more repetitive. Okay, what was it? What's the best way to describe it? When I mean repetitive, I don't mean every song sounds the same. I mean, did you ever listen to 21 Pilots' Blurry Face?
No, I didn't.
Okay, well, I'll give you the gist. It's rap intro, chorus, weird, another verse, chorus, weird outro, or weird interlude outro. The same thing, same structure, every song on that album. And this is basically like, and I noticed this, almost every single song on this album follows like a structure that I could see a mile away. It's like instrumental opening, drums the focus, verse, chorus, outro, done.
Yeah, I didn't notice it like when I was listening to it, but now that you say that, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not a bad thing, because like if it's a song I like, one of the songs I like, I'm like, I can see this coming a mile away. But if it's like, if I'm in the middle of the album, I'm just like, okay, I know where this is going.
Yeah,
I've seen this before.
And that doesn't help it. Like, it makes it blend together a lot more instead of having each song stand out. So, do you have any other final thoughts?
No, I'm good.
Okay, so that was Royal Blood again. Apparently, neither of us got to listen to it too much. So,
it's a resounding.
So, speaking of, I don't know how to say, very sameness throughout it, the new Rise Against album.
I hate this album so goddamn much.
Really?
I hate it. Okay. You get your thoughts out, because I have like a 20-minute rant.
Okay. So, Rise Against, I haven't listened to too much of. They're one of those bands I've heard of but never really dived into. So, maybe that's why you hate it so much, I don't know. I thought it was okay. It was a very generic album. Mm-hmm. Like, when you've listened to Neck Deep, right?
Oh, yeah.
Very generic pop punk kind of thing. And that was the first thing I turned this on. I was like, oh, they're doing that kind of thing, where it's very, like, I guess safe is the word I want to use there. Like, basically, pop punk, there's no, like, real experimentation or anything. But we've talked about this before. I like pop punk, so I didn't really mind it. The one thing I will say is after the song Bullshit, the album, it's very hard to even tell the difference between the songs that are playing, because I can't.
Yeah. Like,
they all just blend into one mesh of just, again, genericness. So,
yeah,
I'm honestly the same as I was with Royal Blood. I was like, it's okay. This is an album I'll definitely listen to again, but as an introduction to them, I get the sense this wasn't the best intro.
No, it was not. Okay. Backstory. This is one of the first bands I ever got into.
Oh boy.
Rise Against. I got into them.
That's setting yourself up for disappointment.
No. I can't be. I set my expectations to -10, and I was still disappointed. Okay, I was listening to them since 2007. Because back then they were actually like punk. Like, they sounded like The Offspring.
That was one thing, because I looked up some reactions to it just because I was curious, and that was what everyone was saying, was like, they started out punk and now they're this.
Yeah, like, I looked at every single reaction, and like, I'll give you like basically the album by album. Like, the first bunch of albums, right, are just straight up punk albums. Like, they're really good. And then what was it? Suffering and The Witness. Like, they were okay. They were good. I liked them. And then what was it? I think Appeal to Reason. They got slower and they got more political. Because before then they were like political as in like, just don't support animal cruelty, don't do
the typical punk stuff.
Yeah, well, no, it's more like be vegan, or like,
again, the typical
stupid
punk stuff.
Yeah, and then they had Appeal to Reason. They put more love songs. They put more empowerment anthems, and then they have like 2 songs about the Bush administration, and they're like, let's do this for 4 albums in a row. So then Endgame came out. That album was boring, and that one was bad. And then like from there on out, like, the Rise Against discography goes from like a medium and then just goes straight down to garbage. Black Market, it sounds exactly the same as Endgame. It was garbage. I couldn't even finish listening to it. This album sounds exactly like Black Market, which sounds exactly like Endgame. So this already sounds. I've heard this album 3 times already.
Okay, see, now, explaining that, I understand your frustration.
Yes.
I just, again, I have none of that context to it.
Yeah.
So going into this by itself, I was like, no, this is pretty good.
Yeah, and then, like, I'm listening to some of these lyrics, and I'm like, these guys, what are they trying to accomplish here? Like they made a whole song about Trump's wall. It's like, bro, no one cares about this anymore. I don't even think they're like, I don't even know what the progress of the wall is, but this is like such a 2015 song.
Yeah.
Like, and like, it's so, and like, this is not like a Rise Against, this is a salty Rise Against album. There's a whole song about people being ignorant because they didn't vote.
That was one thing I was going to say about it. If this album had came out like 4 months ago, I feel like it would have been way better timed at least, and it maybe wouldn't have been as like...
No. Okay, so I actually looked up the way they made this album. This was originally going to be called Good Morning America. That's what it was going to be called. They had a couple songs. They had like a bunch of songs. They were, the basically all the generic power anthem and love songs on this album, those were done.
Mm-hmm.
So basically half the album. Then the elections happened, and then they stopped. They changed it to Wolves and made a bunch of political songs, and then released it.
So, do you think if they had either put the political stuff out way earlier, or maybe split it in two and had, their kind of more endgamey sounding thing and the political stuff separate, do you think it would have been better? Or
no, because it still sounds like Endgame. It's boring. It's just boring to me. But also usually their politics was like very. They had a motto which they failed at, but their motto was talk about issues that aren't in the giant face that people don't realize. Like they had this song on Appeal to Reason called Audience of One. It was like a protest song about the Iraqi war, but it wasn't be like Iraqi war is bad. It's like it's a song set into perspective of an Iraqi soldier coming back.
Mm-hmm.
And this was like right when immediately when that war was like 2008. So that was like on time. They had a song, Prayer of the Refugee, 2006, what is the life of a refugee? They had stuff like that. It was very
before it became kind of like
not before it became mainstream, but they had like a very like good vague way of describing like a scenario without being like in your face. This is, it's they're not pointing fingers. They're just saying this is bad. This one, they're just pointing fingers and screaming like incoherent babies.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's basically what I felt listening to half these songs. Like,
so you have made me curious to go check out before this happened, but again, as far as from the first track, I knew how this album was going to sound because again, I heard the album and went, this sounds like Neck Deep. Every song on the Neck Deep album sounded the same. Every song on this album is probably going to sound pretty much the same. Generic pop punk, fight the power kind of thing.
And this is the third album they've done this.
Yeah.
In a row.
Again, I understand the fatigue there. I just never heard the other two.
Well, see, it's like, the thing is, they're like the people that are like, we're what was it? I saw on Twitter the cringiest thing, watch us howl.
Oh.
And it's a picture of them playing. It's like, come watch us howl. Oh. And I'm like, you guys are like 30-year-old vegans. I'm not joking. You guys are 30-year-old straight-edge vegans.
I mean, you have
what are you doing? Oh, no. Yeah, that's right. They're self-proclaimed vegans around like Endgame. They're like, I'm sorry, not vegans, straight edge. We're straight edge, except for the drummer who drinks his life away. But we're straight edge.
I mean,
and it's like, okay.
The only thing
who cares?
Is, I mean, that stuff is so tied to the punk scene that doesn't really surprise me. Like veganism and straight edge, that's like the punk motto almost. Like basically what it is, like they went from being like kind of like underground, kind of like a regular punk band, to like generic California douchebag with a band. Again, I didn't feel any of this coming from this album, but also I have no context like you do.
Yeah, exactly.
So
that's why like what was it when I told you for the first time, what was it, the worst album of like, you asked me like what was it, what was one of the worst albums you ever listened to, and I said the Rise Against the Black Market.
That's right, I do remember you saying
that. And you had like, it's like, this weird face because you'd expect like common garbage, like Nickelback album. The Wolves is now my like one of the worst. That's a phone.
It is the phone because I turned vibrate off, but apparently my phone didn't listen to me when I turned vibrate off.
I don't think phones can listen to you like that.
I mean, they can. I can talk to my phone and it speaks. I got the new S8, so I got Bixby. Do you not have Bixby on your phone? I swear to God, this is called Bixby.
Is it seriously called Bixby?
Look at it. It's called Hello Bixby.
It's called Bixby. You can't have something cool like Siri or Cortana. You have Bixby. You have Bixby.
Do you see where that button is placed?
I can't see any fucking button, bro.
There's the Bixby button, and
I
that's the
see
volume
that.
down button. Every time I go to turn a song down, I press this fucking button, and it's like, hey, you want to know the weather? No, I don't want to know the weather. I don't give a shit about the weather. Stop.
It's downpouring, and you're like, I don't give a shit about the weather.
Or I'll think it's the lock button and go to hit it, and then like the white Hello Bixby will appear, and I'm like, God damn it. I didn't want to hit that at all. So, what were you saying?
Wolves now beat Black Market.
All right, so you have made me want to check out the stuff before. Look who it is. No, we're not being quiet about this.
It took you
You
long
saw
enough.
the time. You knew when this was going to happen.
God damn it, Cecil.
Yeah, sorry, I went for a run. I lost track of time.
You lost track of time, huh?
Lost track of time.
Yes, I
Lost
did.
track of time. We may have made. I'm going to be honest. We may have made fun of you a bit in the beginning because
Oh,
you
I
weren't
bet.
here. Yeah. So.
I would imagine vice versa if one of us didn't show up.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, you know how the rule goes.
So.
Fuck you, Cecil.
If you watch the beginning of this, I'm sorry, but you deserve
Well, I
it.
haven't watched a
Eat
single
shit.
episode of this.
What the fuck? You're not boosting our views.
It's because I live it, not watch it.
That doesn't stop us from watching it and boosting those views.
Wait, were we supposed to watch it? What?
That's why I sent it to you. Fuck. God damn it. All right. So we talked about two albums that I'm sure you didn't listen to anyway.
Probably not.
So
Royal Blood and Rise Against. Do any of those ring a bell?
Not at all.
Okay, we good then.
we were right.
And nothing was lost.
Woo!
So anything else on Wolves in your little rant there? You missed a good rant. You did.
Wolves, bad album. Don't listen to it. It's bad. Stop supporting Rise Against. Cut off their health care. Kick them out of our country and make them Donald Trump's butt boys. They'll hate that. I'll enjoy it.
My reaction was, it wasn't that bad. Buy it if you like pop punk. You know. Are you okay? You look like you're dying on the inside as I'm saying this.
You know, I actually I listened to half of Wolves. I listened to 3 songs of Wolves before I texted you to do the show. And I'm like, I'm not finishing this. And then when you texted okay, we'll do Rise Against, and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess that means I have to listen to the rest of the album. I haven't had much time, so I basically powered through all the albums at work today during my breaks.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just sitting on the bus ride, just looking pissed off, listening to Rise Against almost the whole time.
I mean, I can feel it. I can feel the residual anger from that.
So that means at work all day, I'm just thinking God damn it, that Rise Against album.
The viewers can't see your face, but the entire time you've been talking about this, you've looked pissed.
I like it. This album, there are so few albums that genuinely so few acts that generally make me upset. And when I see Rise Against do the same 3 albums in a row, make it about Trump, about stuff he said in 2015, and be boring, and half the album and some of the arguments they make are totally dumb and hypocritical, I want to die.
Okay, you've made your point. Yeah.
So continue. Next album.
Let's move on to SZA. I'm hoping you enjoyed this one, for God's sake.
Oh, I did. I loved it.
Okay, good.
I loved it.
We need at least one positive thing coming out of
Oh
you.
no, I absolutely adored it.
So is this the moment you turn this on and you're like, thank God, one good one.
No. I'm listening to this. I'm like, yeah, this is pretty good. And then I hit pause and I'm about to go back to work and I'm like, but God damn it, that Rise Against album.
Stop. You need to. We're moving on from this. Block that out of your brain. It never happened.
Yeah.
Rise Against. Who's that?
Rise Against the Machine.
So, the SZA album. So,
Yup.
have you listened to SZA before?
I did not even know who she was before this.
Okay, I knew she existed. I was just a piece of shit and never listened to her. Do you need some backstory? I can give you some.
Yes, I do.
So,
Cecil needs it too.
She is signed. Yeah, you do.
What's a SZA?
I'm not even going to look at you right now. She is signed to TDE.
Okay.
She put out, I believe it was 2 mixtapes, S and Z, I think. I could totally be wrong about that.
Okay.
But I never listened to them. So this was my first introduction to her, and I was pleasantly surprised. This was a really good album. I thought being signed to TDE was going to be like more hip hop oriented. I didn't know she was an R&B singer, so that was a nice surprise. I'm trying to think how to word this. The production on it, I don't want to say it was simple, but it was really like laid back and chill and like.
It gets the job done.
Would you not like it?
No, I mean like it gets the job done. Like it does what it's supposed to do.
I really enjoyed it though.
Like, no, it was like I loved all the beats.
Yeah.
Like every song felt different.
That was one thing. Like as a whole, the album fits together really well, but every beat is somehow unique and very similar at the same time.
Oh my god, like it was so great. Like I don't think I had a negative for this album really.
Yeah, the way I made my notes was I put like notes and then favorite tracks, least favorite. Least favorite just says none.
Well, actually no, I do have one negative. The Travis Scott feature, I listened to it, right? And then I tried to remember what he said and I couldn't remember it, so I had to listen to the song again and I can't remember what he even said.
See, I like Travis Scott. He's like the one trap artist I'll listen to. So I was like, okay, cool, more Travis. That's nothing new with him. Yeah. Like I could, if you put the song on any of his songs, I could probably recite them word for word, but right now I'm like, what did he say? I don't know.
Yeah, like it was kind of forgettable, especially since we had Kendrick's beautiful guest verse after that.
So I was going to segue into that. His verse was the most hilarious thing. Just like I was telling you earlier, that 3-line where it's like, pussy, pussy, pussy. It was fucking beautiful.
You want to know what made it even funnier? I was listening to that in my dad's office, and because it's dead quiet in there, so that means like my earbuds are loud enough for people to hear. And there's like, and his office is right next to the vending machine when there's a bunch of buff Hispanic and black dudes, and I'm like, I'm turning this down.
Yeah,
I don't want them to know.
But I laughed. Like I legitimately laughed out loud when I first heard that verse.
Yeah,
but again, crying. Like I was telling you, it's hilarious. But there's like a real he's talking about like real shit on that verse. That like if you go on Rap Genius, it's like, oh shit, like he actually meant something there. But it was friggin' hilarious.
I'm too busy crying for it to be like to mean something really.
Yeah. Speaking of crying, like. Same thing with SZA. If you listen all the way, like it's a really like nice, beautiful album, but it's depressing as.
I got that in one of the songs, and because like it was like really nice, and I'm like, oh, this is
the
good.
First song. Like the whole album is basically about her, like being like the side hoe. That's like a good chunk of the album, and it's just like, damn, like who. I'm gonna steal this from Big Quinn. Who hurt you? Who did this to you? So yeah, it's a first SZA project. I was not expecting that at all, and that was the one positive. So far from me, we got 2 ands and a positive.
Two ands and a positive.
Not for you. You got 1 and 1 what the fuck and 1 positive.
It wasn't even what the fuck. Like you know that thing from Malcolm in the Middle. It's like I expected nothing and I'm still disappointed.
Yeah.
That was literally just me listening to that Rise Against album.
So just stop listening to it. Listen to SZA all day.
Or I can listen to Rise Against's old stuff.
That too. Whatever makes you happy, because I feel like you have some inner demons you need to work out after listening to that album. You have that 1,000-yard stare going on right now as I'm saying this.
I'm about to murder someone.
Please.
Preferably a Californian.
Please, child.
Please, at least if you're going to murder someone, go the other way. Leave us out of this.
I said Californian. Are both of you from California not telling me this?
I mean... Cecil could pass for a Californian. So
no, he doesn't have a vote for Bernie sticker.
I'm a masshole through and through.
There we go. That's beautiful.
So
you can lick my asshole.
I'm just gonna leave that as it is. That's staying in, and I might extend the silence after that just to really let people sink that in. But
there we go. I make things work.
Do you though? All right. So it's up to you. Do we talk about the freshman next, or do we talk about what we've been listening to? Do we get the freshman out of the way?
Yep.
Okay.
Get the.
So, if anyone watching this has been paying attention at all, you've probably already seen the list. I'll just run through it really quickly. I can't pronounce this. Kameya.
Who?
I I don't know. I don't want to say this next name out loud. A Boogie with the Hoodie. All right.
I have heard that man before.
PNB Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Made in Cho. I don't fucking know. Playboy Cardi. It's just anime, but spelled differently. I don't fucking know. Cap G, Ventura. One dude just named Kyle. Ugly God, and XXX Tenation.
Okay, before we get out of the way, one of my roommate from college, one of them, Sean Carney, I texted him on Facebook, and I said, "Who are these people?" He didn't know two of them, and he's super into rap. Like he listens to almost every single new release of rap, no matter what, even on SoundCloud. He does this. He didn't know who two of the people were.
I have you've seen me. I listen to a ton of new shit too.
Yeah.
And I have not heard of 90% of these people. The only two I'd heard of were Cap G and XXX Tenation. Those are the only two I had heard of.
See, funny, I knew Boogie with the Hoodie.
Why? Why is that the one?
Well, no, I know XS. I'm just saying I knew Ugly God. I knew XX Temptation or whatever his name is because he got decked.
I'm lying. I had heard about Ugly God before.
Yeah, and I heard a Boogie with the Hoodie because I like that one song he did that was a hit.
I watched his freestyle. He looks and sounds like they didn't have enough money to make another A$AP Rocky, and they were like, fuck it, take the budget we have and make a discount one.
Oh, basically. That's what he is.
The freestyles I watched were so atrocious. PNB Rock was the only one that was like, it's not horrible. I would never listen to this again, but at least I could kind of I could see the appeal of him. And the other one, who was the other one I listened to? Playboy Cardi. Oh my God. Playboy Cardi and a Boogie with the Hoodie. Both their freestyles lasted 40 seconds. It felt like they lasted 10 years. It was so horrible.
Now I forget. Was Designer part of the...
That was last year.
That was last year. That's where Timmy Turner came from, right? Is that where Timmy Turner came from?
I don't believe...
Because I knew it came from one freestyle. I just don't remember where.
I don't think it was that one. But... Designers last year was fucking horrible too. The list has always been a joke. They just randomly pick people, it's all trap artists. Cap G, I don't know if you've heard of him, but he works with what's that guy's name? I want to say it's David Banner, but so they pick a few backpack artists that guys like me who listen to non-trap music will be like, oh, at least they got recognition, and then they pull a ton of people that have one good song, and it's just who knows, maybe if one of these guys turns out to be really popular, we can say, we told you so.
This list seems like the joke, check my SoundCloud. It literally just seems like they went to SoundCloud and hit random for a bunch of these pegs.
But that's how it's been for a long time.
Yeah,
it's just okay, here's a bunch of artists. If one of them pops off, we can say we did something. Otherwise...
But, the only person that I even know in that list that even had a hit was a Boogie with the Hoodie. And that was literally for 1 month.
Ugly God and XXX Tenation both had hits. I know that.
Do we want to count XXX Tenation, though?
No, we don't, but we have to say it. Like I said, Cap G, he goes in the Joey Badass category where they clearly picked him as, the nerdy kids will know who he is. Because he's with David Banner, and David Banner, I think, he just put out an album, I want to say last week. So that's what that is.
Who are half these people? That's what I'm saying. At first glance, who are these people?
It's, again, you can devise it into parts. It's people who've had a hit, people the nerds will know, and
random trap artists
who, again, if they blow up because of this list, XXL will be like, see, we told you so. So
I again texted the same roommate. I'm like, do any of these guys have official mixtapes or
I know
albums?
Playboy Cardi does.
And he said, I think half of them.
Yeah.
I think half of them. And I'm like, are you serious? I think half of them.
But again, this doesn't surprise me because this is what the list has been since 2010. It's always just been, who's the next, Future, or I guess back in 2010, who's the next Lil Wayne? That's always what it's been.
Yeah.
So, as with most lists, just the thing that got me about this is usually there's like one or two people you can say, oh, I'm glad they made it on the list.
Yeah.
The only one, for me anyway, is Cap G. As like, okay, I know who that is. You know.
I just laughed at the list because I saw logo XXXTentacion in A Boogie with the Hoodie, and I was just laughing.
Yeah. Again, this is the year where there's been less like backpack artists, less people you can point to and say, oh, hey, that, you know, I know them from whatever mixtape or album. So
yeah, just
more of a joke than it usually is, but the lists are always
especially with the Temptation there.
Yeah. So, with that out of the way, what we've been listening to. I don't have a rant this time, so we can go in any order. Any you want to?
I think Cecil should go first to utter his second sentence of the night.
Yeah.
Let's see, what have I been listening to? I've actually been listening to a lot more freestyles lately. I was watching the 97 Rap Olympics with Eminem and Juice, actually.
Okay, I'll give it to you. That actually is a pretty good watch.
Yeah.
I think we're getting a note.
I mean, granted, all the videos of it are very poor quality, but it's still a very good watch.
Do you need something?
But actually, something I'm looking forward to is a documentary on HBO called The Defiant Ones. It focuses on the early years of Interscope Records.
Oh yeah, I saw that too. That would actually. Yep. Who did I see that was talking about that? Justin Hunt. He's a former Hip Hop DX writer. On his podcast, he was talking about it. Sorry, our resident food orderer is he's got questions for Cecil because apparently.
Fuck's wrong with you, Cecil? Did you seriously pick a chicken sandwich at a Chinese place?
You didn't say it was Chinese.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
Oh, I did. I'm sitting here.
Dave. Cecil, whatever the fuck your name is, please.
Get your shit together, dude.
So anyway.
My head's a little bit hurt because I was outside exercising in the sun.
But yeah, the documentary, is it HBO that's doing it?
Yeah, HBO.
That looks really interesting. It starts with Jimmy Iovine and then goes into the whole Dr. Dre, that whole thing. So
I forget, was Aftermath always a part of Interscope, or did he branch off?
Well, he broke off of Death Row and started Aftermath at Interscope, so it's always been part of Interscope.
And Eminem was his like first big hit, right? Well, not like first big hit, his huge platinum, you know.
Well, if Interscope, fuck the label, if Jimmy Iovine and Dr. Dre didn't exist, and throw Rick Rubin in there too, the music we have today wouldn't exist. Like, they've shaped the last like 30 years of music by themselves. Those three people.
Yeah, that sounds about right. No. Yeah. Who's that? Oh my God, what's his name? The guy that did Lady Gaga. He's also pretty he does most of the pop stuff.
Yeah.
That guy that I found Lady Gaga does like most of the pop music.
I can't remember his goddamn name,
yeah,
but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, let's just throw him there too.
Yeah, but again, because when I first saw that, that's all I could think about was like 4 extra babies die a year, and we don't have the music we have today. That's insane. Like those 4, like you said, the pop guy, Rick Rubin, Jimmy Iovine, and Dre.
Basically.
And it wipes out. Because it's not just like, they don't do everything now, but for like a long time they did everything, and now everything now is like influenced by that stuff.
Basically. I mean, like, wasn't the last thing Dre did was like help with some stuff in Good Kid, Mad City? Like that's the last really, really big thing other than like his Compton album. Yeah,
that was. Has he helped with anything since? I'm sure he has, but that's the last thing I remember him helping with.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
we're still waiting for Detox to come out, but
that got canceled and replaced with Toxic.
I mean,
I'm not.
He scrapped Compton and replaced it with Compton, which was pretty good. So anything else?
Other than that, really nothing new.
Disgusting.
Terrible.
Typical.
God damn it, Cecil.
Hey, you know how it goes. I know my movies. You don't know the movies. You know the music. I don't know the music.
It's like a lovely couple. I ship it.
And
don't ship us. Don't do that.
No, you're like the little middleman. You know half of them.
I thought you almost. I thought you were about to say something else.
What is wrong with you?
I'm really tired.
What did you smoke?
I'm fueled on exhaustion at this point.
I don't think you could be fueled on exhaustion. I think that does the exact opposite. No, I will not shush just because I'm making sense. Fuck you. But so I have been I'm trying to continue the show here. Don't. I'll kick you off.
Oh no.
But I've been listening to mainly Royce the 5'9" and everything he's involved with. Prime, Slaughterhouse, Bad Meets Evil. Have either of you?
Bad Meets Evil and P Rhyme.
Yeah, I've listened to Bad Meets Evil.
Don't say P Rhyme. What is wrong with you? It's Prime.
It's P Rhyme.
No, it's goddamn Prime. Please.
Amazon Prime.
That's better. Honestly, I'll take that over P Rhyme.
Amazon P Rhyme.
But what was I gonna say?
Something about Amazon P Rhyme.
He just dropped the mixtape today, which I listened to on the way here, the Bar Exam 4. He's got an album coming out this year. That Slaughterhouse album is coming out any year now. He's still supposedly working on Bad Meets Evil 2. Whenever that's going to happen, who the fuck knows?
Is Bruno Mars going to be on it again?
Shut up. There was the one bad song.
I know it was, but that's what I want to know. So I can be prepared ahead of time.
So that was actually, I watched an interview with him. That whole, like, Royce and Slaughterhouse trying to be commercial and their album being, like, wicked pop sounding, that was all his idea. And he said he realizes now that was fucking stupid.
Good, because
he's not going to try to do that again.
Oh my god, that one Bruno. What was that? Lighters?
Lighters, yeah.
Oh my god, that was really bad.
So yeah, I think that was his Breakfast Club, most recent Breakfast Club interview. He was like, put the blame for that on me, and we're not going to do that again. We're going to steer clear of that, because they're all like lyrical dudes. They're not commercial dudes. They're named Slaughterhouse, for God's sake. You can't make Slaughterhouse poppy. It doesn't work.
Oh wait, I think I remember Slaughterhouse now.
Yeah, the group Royce was in. Roy's been in that, God, over a decade now.
I may be wrong, but didn't they have like that one song like a couple years ago where like one of the rappers was talking about like his dead dad or something?
Yeah, that was a whole song they did talking about dead relatives.
Yeah. Okay, I do know Slaughterhouse then. Okay, I'm sorry. Continue.
But honestly, you said you've listened to Prime, Bad Meets Evil. You said Bad Meets Evil. Listen, the last since Bad Meets Evil up till now, he's been on a run of just amazing albums. So honestly, go to his Wikipedia discography. Everything past 2011 is really worth a listen.
Everything before then, he literally just sounded like Eminem.
No. Well, okay.
He kind of did.
Okay, Success is Certain, yes. Rock City, Death is Certain, and Street Hop, no. The influence was there, but he didn't. I know what you're talking about. Success is Certain, he absolutely did, but the rest of it, he didn't.
Which is really funny, because when I heard Bad Meets Evil, because like the only thing I knew is like the guy sounded like Eminem, and I'm like, whoa, he doesn't sound like Eminem anymore.
Yeah, no, again, so you must have heard that Success is Certain era Royce, because he definitely, because at the time he was like a bad alcoholic, so he just, from what I understand, he just didn't give a shit, so he would just like, the Encore Relapse era M, that's kind of what was going on with like Success is Certain in that kind of area of Royce. Yeah, but before and after that, he's been fantastic. He's honestly, even though he's like, if you include mixtapes, he's like 10 projects in at this point, and he's at the best he's been so far. So it's pretty impressive. And we are talking about the Book of Ryan when that comes out.
Okay.
So you go.
I've been listening to various things. Songs, importantly, the new Queens of the Stone Age single. I like that. I'm now hyped for Queens of the Stone Age, so I listened to a bunch of Queens of the Stone Age. They're still good. Era Vulgaris is still garbage, but you know, that's the one blemish in their whole discography. Other than that, I love them.
Queens of the Stone Age, another band. I've listened to singles, have not listened to full albums.
Era Vulgaris has the one good song that's in like everything ever. What was it? 3s and 7s.
Yeah.
And then like Make It With You is stupidly funny because it's just the guy going, I want to make it with you.
Intentionally funny or just funny?
Unintentionally funny.
Oh, God.
And then, oh my God, one of the songs, what was it? Sick, Sick, Sick. The bass line is compressed as hell, so it sounds like for the whole song for like 4 minutes.
Ew.
And almost the whole album is either intentionally bad lyrics and like, you know, bass, which is why I'm so happy that the album after that, what was it called? The one that had, what was it? Was it called I Sat By the... No, Like Clockwork. That album was great. So I'm hoping that this next album is going to be not Era Vulgaris.
You said you enjoyed the singles, so
I enjoyed 3s and
Fingers
7s.
crossed,
But what's that new song called? The new album's called Villains. The artwork, the album artwork looks pretty good. It looks like it's from the same guy that did the last album. But yeah, that was good. Avenged Sevenfold released a Spanish song.
now you started to tell me about this earlier.
They covered a Spanish song, a very famous Mexican song.
Is M Shadows speaking Spanish?
Yes.
Oh,
This is the weird. Okay, first of all, let's break this down. None of them have any Spanish descent. None of them.
mm-hmm.
So it's just for California, like Californians.
So make complete sense.
And they used the random acoustic guitar that they used from the stage.
Oh no.
And they're like, we can do a song. Quick, someone hit the snare like a mariachi snare. But it's still like a heavy metal drum kit, so it sounds like a heavy metal drum kit with a weird Spanish guitar with M Shadows screaming Spanish lyrics over it.
With this acoustic guitar, now, when you mentioned acoustic guitar, do you mean like Dear God kind of acoustic guitar?
It's surprisingly not the worst part of the song.
Okay.
It's actually not that bad. It wasn't that bad. It was actually not that bad. And I'm listening to this, and I just sat there. Why does this exist?
Yeah, that's what the vibe I'm getting is. Why is this a thing?
I have no idea. I could not find a reason. All I know is they covered it and it existed. Maybe it's for their Mexican fans, which I.
That was the one thing I'll give them doesn't California have a large Mexican population?
It's in the poor parts, yes.
So maybe they grew up in the poor parts and.
Does Avenged Sevenfold sound like they come from the poor
I
parts?
am trying to defend them and I can't. Clearly.
Well, maybe they're poor considering that the lead singer sounds like he has a goddamn deviated septum.
That's horrible. He's not that bad of a singer. Come
And
on.
when I think of all the places I
He's
just don't
not-
belong.
He's not that bad.
He is very bad.
No.
He
Shadows
is
not that
like
bad.
I love Avenged
He-
Sevenfold, but like well, 2 albums, but like he's not that good of a singer.
He definitely has his moments of stop. Dear God is the perfect example of that, but for the most part, he's
I'd also
fine.
put down Scream
I'm not remembering.
and almost the whole entirety of the stage.
Again, I was told to avoid the stage. I still have,
Good.
but yeah. So I don't think he's that bad.
It's the worst Dream Theater album.
Yeah, you told me that before. How it was essentially a Dream Theater album.
I don't even think Dream Theater's that good anymore. So like that was just a double smack right there.
But I will fight you on that. I think M Shadows is fine. Again,
Uh,
yeah, it's his moments of
Fine.
stop.
So even when Avenged Sevenfold was emo core, you thought they were fine?
I said his singing was fine.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like his singing was fine in his emo core songs.
Give me song examples.
The whole entire first album.
Come on, that wasn't that bad.
It was kind of bad. Like the anything before City of Evil is not that good, and then anything after Avenged Sevenfold's title album is bad, except for a few songs off of
I'm
Nightmare.
starting to learn you hate most things and I love most things.
No, that's not true. You just absolutely love everything that the Rev has done in Avenged Sevenfold. Like you don't understand. I adore the Rev before he died. Like I loved and I love if you like look at all the songs like the Rev wrote, I love them. Like those are my favorite Avenged Sevenfold songs. I love that man. I thought he was a great drummer.
I still say M Shadow's not that bad of a singer.
I mean, you know, whatever. You can have the wrong opinion. That's totally up to
That's
you.
not how opinions work. That's not how that works.
It's kind of how it works.
No.
This is my turn to speak of what I've been listening to,
That's a
and
good
you're
point.
being an asshole.
Sorry. Jesus.
I didn't feel good enough. Do it again.
What?
Do it again, bitch.
What? No, I'm not doing shit for you. You just told me not to speak. You just said.
Hey,
This is
look
my
who's
time to
speaking
speak.
now.
Finish. I've had enough of you.
I've also been listening to Muse because I used to be super into Muse, and then Drones came out, and I'm like,
I still haven't listened to Drones.
half this album's really good, half this album's kind of bad. So
The,
no, whatever.
The funny part of not listening to drones is I've never left the phase of I like Muse.
Oh.
So when everybody else is like, yeah, they're terrible now, I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh no, it's not that I think they're terrible. It's just that I totally forgot they existed. So like when they released that new single, instead of me listening to that new single, I just listened to all their old stuff. I even listened to their first album that I totally did not even knew existed. And what was it called? I don't remember, but that was really good. I didn't even hear that before.
But words were gonna come out.
Something about drones.
Right. I wouldn't say they're bad now, and again, I haven't heard drones. I will say they still haven't made things as good as, say, Uprising or Knights of Sidonia or.
Drones is better than Madness or whatever album was that one before they called Madness? I know it had the song Madness, but I don't know if it was called Madness.
Keep talking, I'll look it up.
But it wasn't like it had a couple of really good songs that sound like old Muse, but then like everything after the JFK skit, like it just sounds like what's the name, Matt Dillahunty or whatever his name is. Straight up just grabbed a tinfoil hat and is like, okay, now I'm ready to record the rest of this album.
I have heard that kind of complaint is that it's gotten very conspiracy theoristy.
And and the music suffers because the dude's too busy trying to free the globalist agenda or whatever.
The album was The Second Law.
The Second Law. Yeah, that album's not good. Madness is a good song, but that album as a whole is not good. But Drones is better.
I have the problem where I'm only remembering Madness right now, so I'm like, maybe it was a bad album. Maybe
no,
I
like
disagree with you.
Madness was like basically like everything on that album sounded like a not good Madness. Basically, that was the whole album in a nutshell.
Again, all I can remember is Madness right now, so I'm.
Well, just imagine Madness, but like worse, and then you're good.
I mean, sure.
Wow. Okay, kid. Okay.
What?
Okay. I mean, sure. Okay.
Are we gonna end up beating each other to death with these microphones?
I'll be the referee.
Ooh.
We don't need a rev if we're beating each other to death.
We don't need a rev. The rev's dead, asshole.
I didn't say rev. I said ref. You just
said
can't
rev.
hear.
I can't hear. I have headphones on. Genius.
Yeah, so don't we?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. And I can hear just fine.
What'd you say?
This year doesn't count because I can't hear out of it because I haven't been able to hear out of it for 3 days now.
I don't know why, but my first instinct was to say it's because you're homeless. I don't know why.
I'm not homeless though. I have a home.
I'm really tired. I'm sorry.
You need to go to bed.
I do need to go to bed, but there's one more thing I did listen to.
Mm-hmm.
There's this band. I'm absolutely loving this band. It's really weird. It's a small band. They had kind of one biggest hit. They have one song with like 7 million views on YouTube, and that's the most they got. It's called Steam Powered Giraffe, and it's a folk band. It's like the first couple albums are folk, but it's basically just like a trio of people who all went to mime school, and the gimmick is that they dress up and paint themselves up like robots, and they're the first and only band that are musical singing automatons.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, that's funny. And then I listened to the big song, Honeybee, and I'm like, I am in love with this.
Message me the name of them on Facebook. You've piqued my curiosity so goddamn much.
Like they go through like a million changes. The first 3 albums are really good. But yeah, hold on. Shoot, I'm sorry. But yeah, they're really good, and I've been listening to a lot of them over the summer, but I just listened to the 3rd album. What's it called? Mark 3, I think it's called.
The first album's called Mark 1 and 2.
No, it's called
So this goes back to our goddamn conversation of trying to be clever.
It's called
and stick the goddamn number in the title.
First one's called literally I think the first one. 2 is called 2 Cent Show. 3 is called Mark 3. 4 is called Vice Quadrant, and 5 is called Quintessential.
They need to die. Stop it.
They're robots. They can't die.
No, because this again goes back to the Saints Row Slipknot problem of if you're gonna pick a naming convention, stick to it. Like, don't be like, we're clever. Fucking phone.
I sent you it.
Don't be like, oh, we're clever. We're sticking the title in, we're sticking the number in, and you don't expect it. Fuck off.
Weezer Green Album, Weezer Blue Album, Weezer Red Album, Weezer White Album.
Okay, no, that at least again, it's not the number, and
I know
it's like that makes way more sense than what they're doing.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. The Bronx 1, the Bronx 2, the Bronx 3,
That's
the Bronx
funny.
4.
That's funny.
What happens when Weezer runs out of colors to name?
They're dead at that point. I'm sorry, they're gonna be old geezers at that point.
They're
Like,
all- They
Weezer
already
Indigo,
are.
Weezer Beige.
Do you think Weezer will invent a new color?
Weezer geezer color.
The first new color in centuries will be
Weezer.
Weezer.
That's what's gonna be called. It's gonna be called Weezer, the Weezer album.
Oh God.
At some point, they'll probably have to
What
hire
color?
Simon.
What color is the Weezer album?
Really, really, really pasty beige.
That's already a color.
No, but I'm thinking like a level beyond what's already existing.
I don't think you could go a level beyond.
There's always a level beyond.
I guess.
Like there, you can go farther. I believe in Weezer.
Do you think they're gonna zoom in really far on like the forehead of one of them, take a picture of it, and that's the new color?
No. It's gonna be like the forehead. Like it's gonna be each of their foreheads. Like 4 boxes of foreheads.
No. They're gonna overlay them on top of each other and take the color from that, and that's gonna be the new color.
Yeah, and they're just gonna look like old men because they'll be old men at that
Mhm.
point.
Or they can just walk into Lowe's and be like, all right, let's go in the paint section. See all these colors? Let's make this our album.
Just mix every color at Lowe's together. There we go. That's the Weezer album right there.
The black album, you mean? Or is white the mix of all colors, or is it black? It's black.
No, I think black is the absence of.
I'm okay. I'm fine.
Black is the absence of color to be brown.
You're right. You studied color. I didn't.
Maybe.
The most amount of color I know is
Red and blue make purple.
no, I was gonna say the Lantern course. So way more nerdy of a response than what you had.
I mean, maybe.
The Lantern cores are pretty entertaining. You should read Green Lantern. You should just read comics in general. Stop being a piece of shit.
I bought a compendium the other day.
Which one?
The World of El Super Beasto. The Rob Zombie
No.
comic.
No, that doesn't count.
Yes,
Stop
it totally does.
No,
I
it
got
doesn't.
it. Well, I still have to read through that other comic. I got it like, what was it, last year at Comic-Con? What was it? Archie versus the Predator.
That's weird. Stop being weird. All right.
No,
I'll tell you what you do. You can go to that comic book shop in Malden.
but
right?
I don't like DC Comics.
I
Get
don't
out of
give
here.
a fuck. No. You're gonna go to the comic
Daddy, what
shop.
does that have to do with music?
I don't care. Shut up. The movie section of the last podcast was longer than the rest of it.
Well,
Shut
maybe
up.
you should listen to more music.
Did you? Fuck you. All right. No, you gotta go to the comic book shop by the train in Malden. You go along and say, hey,
I know where that is.
New 52. I want Green Lantern Volume 1. Volume 1.
No.
You're gonna read Volume 1.
No.
You're gonna, before even leaving the shop, go, hey, I want Volume 2. You're gonna read Volume
No.
2. Don't even leave the shop. Be like, hey, I want Volume 3.
If I go, I'm probably
you're
gonna
gonna
buy like a
keep going.
Deadpool comic or like a Ghost Rider comic.
Don't go to Marvel. Fuck Marvel.
I love Marvel. Get out.
No.
The only DC comic like I actually read is like Batman. That's it.
So go in and be like, hey, I want Batman Volume 1.
Howard, don't lie. We all know you like Aquaman.
Okay, you know what?
We've been over this. Aquaman is way better than people give him credit
That's
for.
actually true.
Did you look into it when I went on my little mini tirade there?
No, you're lucky I even listened to all that music. I have been very busy.
I don't care. While you're at work, you say you got your own station. You take your phone, you put it under the station, and you start reading. You could get the Comixology app, and you can read it digitally.
You don't understand what I do at that station.
I don't give a damn.
I can't. I can't do that.
I don't give a damn. Do it anyway.
I kind of want the money.
No, it's like $10.
Yeah, so let's see.
Per volume.
I could spend $10 and buy a book, or with your idea, I can get fired and have no money to buy the book.
Okay, so don't read it at work. Read it before you go to bed. Fuck books. Comic books. They're better.
PSA for all your children. Thank you.
They got pictures.
They get pictures. That's matter. I feel better reading them.
We've been over this before. I'm not an intelligent person.
What?
Don't mock me. Well, I'm not an intelligent person. I never have been. I never will be.
Well, that's low self-esteem. You need to boost that.
No, that's why I fuck trying. I want to read comic books. That's what I do with my time. I have a binder at home like this thick, full of single issues.
Do you have Action Comics Volume 1?
I have what's the earliest Action Comics I have? I believe I have around 50 is the earliest one I have.
You do you, buddy.
No.
I believe in you.
You know what? I will do me, and you're gonna
That's
do
hot.
me as well.
That's also hot. I'm desperate enough. Let's go.
That was worded wrong. You know what I mean.
No, I don't. I think you just invited me for something, and you need to pay for dinner first.
I will buy these volumes for you, motherfucker. You're going to read these.
I'm scared.
When's your birthday?
You missed it by a month.
Okay. In about 6 months when I get a job, belated birthday present, I'm going to find out where you live. Don't tell me. I'll figure it out myself. And you're going to get a package, and it's going to be all the Green Lantern volumes.
He has a lot of free time on his hands.
I do have a lot of free time on my hands.
Also, wouldn't that just be Christmas at that point?
Shut up.
But I'm saying, wouldn't it be Christmas at that point?
You're getting something else for Christmas. The Batman volumes.
Oh.
Just for that reaction, you're getting the Aquaman volumes.
No, give him the Flash.
Oh,
No.
No. No. I draw the line. I don't want Flash.
Yes, you do.
I don't like Flash.
Best hero.
No,
Best hero.
No.
Yes, best hero.
I do not like
Flash is absolutely the best hero.
No.
100% is. I promise
Oh,
you.
shit.
Do you have to go?
In like 5 minutes.
Okay. Quick thing. Why Flash is the best hero? He is basically a god. He's more powerful than anybody because if anybody really poses a threat to him, at the end of the day, he can run back in time and stop them from existing.
And that's why he's boring.
No, he's amazing. That's why the Reverse Flash is so incredible, and the fact that you have why you message me, I'll be there in 10.
I'll be there in 10 minutes. At your house. I told you.
Oh, okay.
You invited me. It's
That's
your
right.
fault.
I did. But no, the whole thing of like you got Thawne and you got Flash and you got Flash with the Speed Force and Thawne with the Reverse Speed Force and the way they two clash and the fact that do you hear that?
The
Stop sending text messages. You're fucking with the thing.
Okay, Dad.
Don't put it under the table. I can see you. I'm the one who gave you the idea.
Okay, Daddy.
Stop it. But stop sending me though. But
I got really bored. I'm sorry.
no, the whole thing of how like they're connected and Flash and Thawne are the lightning bolt that gave Flash the powers and Flash created Thawne. It's beautiful. You need to read it.
Yeah, okay.
Read about Gorilla Grodd and how Grodd tapped into the Speed Force.
Nah.
Yes. I started watching the TV show. Oh, it's fantastic. You need to watch it. How about that? Don't read it. Watch it.
I watched an episode. I didn't like it.
What the fuck is... What episode did you watch?
The first one.
Yeah, okay. Screw the first one.
You're
First
supposed
one.
to get the whole season chance
Yeah.
before you determine.
I don't
No,
like,
okay. To be fair, the first season is like 22 episodes, but
and also like I don't do that. If the first episode doesn't entertain me, I'm not gonna watch it. That's why I didn't watch like a bunch of shows.
he doesn't even get the suit until like the end of the first episode. You at least need to see him in the suit running around saving people.
Yeah, I can just watch. I don't know.
No,
Justice League
you need
Unlimited
to-
or something.
You need to see the Trickster. You need to see the Trickster played by Mark Hamill, doing his Joker voice. It's beautiful.
He still acts.
Yeah, I was shocked when I saw him. It's a fantastic episode.
Yep.
By the way, something I found out from playing Darksiders and watching that show, that Joker voice he does, that's just his generic bad guy voice. Whenever he plays a dick, that's the voice he uses.
Yeah.
It just so
Basically
happened to be associated with the Joker.
Also,
Watch it.
I'd rather
Potential
play
spoilers.
Darksiders. Again,
Darksiders is a very good game.
I love Darksiders. Let me see Darksiders.
I'm still playing 1. I haven't fully beaten it yet. But that's gonna be a piece of shit. I'm going for all the
Should I
collectibles.
get-
Oh no, I did that already.
There's like 30 different versions of Darksiders.
There's Darksiders 1, Darksiders 2, Darksiders 2 Definitive Edition, Darksiders 1 War Mastered, and then
Edition.
there's Darksiders 3.
What I would do, there's a thing called Darksiders Fury Collection, which is the War Mastered and Definitive Edition. I'm sorry, that wasn't even words there. But buy that. I think it's like $40. They're really good games.
Yeah, that or you can probably find them at GameStop both for wicked cheap at
Well,
this
it's on
point.
PlayStation and GOG, so I'm
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
fence whether I should get it for GOG or PlayStation.
The only reason I would say PlayStation is, again, the bundle, because you could probably save some
Yeah, it's
there.
probably better
Yeah.
optimized.
Whichever one's cheaper, get that one. The optimization I don't think is that bad on PC. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's a really fun game.
Yeah.
The story. Okay, can you agree? War is the most like edgy like character in all of creation.
No. I can say he is one, but not the most.
What do you want, Samael?
I just laughed
What are
because
you doing this
I laughed because that's in the Gara voice the guy does.
Right? Okay, so it wasn't just me. You picked up on
No,
that
no,
too.
that's the voice actor. He
No,
does,
I know.
Okay, you know I guess there's like the Funimation effect,
Mhm.
where like if one guy does his voice, like say Vic Mignogna, and he does that Vic Mignogna voice, he does that for almost all of his characters. The guy Gara, he does that for basically all of them.
Yeah, no.
All three
same
characters
with,
that he does.
Same with Yuri Lowenthal, the guy who did Sasuke. Spider-Man is Sasuke now. I can't get over it. Did you watch the trailer for the new Spider-Man game?
No.
It's the because of the whole voice actor strike. The guy who's voicing Spider-Man is the guy who voices Sasuke. It's weird. It's really weird to hear Sasuke be funny.
It's also hard for Sasuke to be likable.
Fuck you.
Sasuke is a garbage character in a garbage anime.
Listen,
Well,
listen. You're crossing a line here that you can't come back from.
I'm totally crossing this line. Everything after the pain fight in Naruto is complete and utter trash.
You're the worst.
No, it's like Neji dies. Oh, thank you. You were in 2 panels throughout this whole entire series. Thank you for dying.
Listen.
Asuma's like, Asuma's dead. He never did a fight. He barely even fought ever. Garbage.
The final
Everything.
fight where everybody gets resurrected, that was beautiful.
Yeah, where he fights the god of chakra. Ooh, okay, that's stupid.
It was beautiful. And then
It was not. That's
each of
dumb.
them have to they've hated each other the entire series, and now they have to work together to save the world. It was beautiful.
And then Boruto comes along. They both still hate each other. Sasuke refuses to even be anywhere near
Did you
him.
think that was going to change?
Let's see. If you're saying it's like, oh man, we have to work together because we hate each other. Oh, you mean like every generic villain and hero trope ever?
Yeah, and then they blow each other's arms off fighting each
And
other.
get them back immediately.
No, Sasuke still doesn't have his arm.
No, well, he has the Renegon, so he's good.
Yeah, but
He got the Renegon. Like, who cares?
and even Naruto is like,
Boring.
what kind of
Most
You
boring protagonist I have ever watched in my life.
suck. You suck. The whole thing with
Goku has more character development than Naruto.
You shut up. You
No,
shut
he does.
up.
Naruto has no character development ever.
Yes, he does.
No, he does not.
Yes, he does.
I'm the strongest. I need to get stronger. Get strong instantly. I beat the bad guy. I'm done. That's every Naruto arc.
The whole thing with him and the fox becoming friends. The whole thing with him dealing with the fact that his dad is the 4th Hokage. The whole
Oh
thing
yeah, I
with
totally
killing
skipped
B.
that part because I totally stopped watching the. Like, I'm sorry, I tried so hard, but bringing back everyone as zombies, but you can bring back anyone as a zombie if you imagine who they are in a giant war, and I'm like, no. Why is Kimimaru back for no good reason?
You can't skip the character development and then say there was no character development.
I can when the arc is garbage to begin with. Like, I can't finish watching it. Every single time anything happens, there's filler. I can't afford all the goddamn mangas anymore.
The mangas are not that expensive.
It is when there's like 80 of them.
I own all of them. They're not that expensive.
That is very sad.
It's not sad.
It's very
it's
sad.
It's a fantastic
It's
show.
a trash show. Everything like OG Naruto, fine. OG
How
Naruto's
can you
fine.
say OG is good?
Because it had a very good tournament arc. Let me tell you.
Okay, I'll give you the tournament arc.
Tournament arc, Zabuza arc, Sasuke retrieval arc. Every part that didn't have Sasuke in it was really good.
What is wrong with you?
Because Sasuke is garbage. He is a terrible human being.
I didn't say he wasn't a terrible human being.
He's a terrible human being who's not interesting to watch because he basically has the mind of an infant, and every single decision he ever makes, basically.
That's the whole thing of his character. Is
Yeah.
he never grew up past when his parents got killed.
Yeah, and it's not interesting after he does it the 5th time, and Naruto's like, how could you do this? And Sasuke's like, I do what I want.
Because Naruto has the same problem. He never lost the mind.
Do you think I want to read 80 volumes of those two idiots?
It's not 80 volumes of those two idiots.
I'm sorry, 72.
Shippuden doesn't have Sasuke in it for a good chunk of it.
And then when he comes back, it's terrible. I made a whole entire team to take down the Leaf. We're gonna go attack the 5 Kage Summit. Oh, well, I'm leaving everyone behind. And now I'm gonna go angrily fight everyone in a fit of rage. I lost against Danzo. Oh, what do you know? I lost against Kakashi. Oh, what do you know? I lost against Naruto.
Yeah.
That's dumb. I don't want to follow Sasuke at all.
You're the worst. You're the worst kind of human being.
I'm the worst kind of human being because I think Naruto Shippuden's a garbage show.
Yes. All right.
And then
so
Boruto's garbage.
We're leaving it on that note. You're a garbage human being. It's the title of this episode, Howard is a Garbage Human Being.
Title of the episode, Naruto is trash.
You know what? You know what it's gonna be? We're gonna do the thing. It's like, Howard is a garbage bean or Naruto is trash. You decide.
What about Cecil's the slacker?
No,
Nah.
they'll know that from the fact you weren't in the first half hour of it.
Hey, at least I'm better than Jackie. He's technically supposed to be here, but he's like, nah, I don't
No,
wanna come."
because you said Jackie was like, no.
Well, no, he said yes. He just never came.
Oh, fuck him then. He doesn't count.
He said yes the first 2 episodes, and he just never came.
It was supposed to be the 4 horsemen. Now it's only the 3 horsemen.
It's just the 3 disappointing
We get
horseketeers.
positive, negative, and indifference.
More like we switch back and forth on positives and negatives, but you know.
No, because I'm always the one saying something's good, and you're always the one saying something's bad.
Well,
The
it's not my
food's here.
fault. I don't have garbage taste.
Shut up. You gotta leave. The food's here. I want to eat. All I had was that goddamn Cinnabon. I'm done. There.
I love you. We're ending it.
Stop ending the show like that. It's so weird. It's so weird because I forget about it and then I go to edit the show and I'm like, ugh, it's in my ear. It's weird. All right.
That's what I try to do when you're talking. Now, bye.
Bye. You got nothing? You're not going to say bye to the